So I've just been having a really interesting conversation with a friend of mine who, him and his family, and I'm not going to name names here because I really could, but then I'd totally be a fame whore. So I've just been talking to a friend of mine about him and his family following a religion in which the words are actually used against them by other people. And it's really interesting to see about this. You know, I mean, let's just go into this in some detail here. So the religion is to be a Catholic, where my friend is concerned. Obviously, we know that Catholics and that whole ball of stuff there is connected with the Pope. Now, the recent thing that the Pope has done is to turn around and say that he is against gay marriage. Shock horror, we weren't expecting that at all. Now, the first thing I did, of course, was to say, you know what? The Pope these days, and all of the popes in the past, they've all stood against everything, near enough. If you basically weren't a frail old white man, the Pope is against you. The Pope back in the 1960s, I mean, the Pope at the time, he stood against black rights. He stood against black equality. Later on in time, he went to stand against women's rights. These days, he's standing against gay rights. I mean, are we to be surprised at this? But therein comes the question that people often ask me, and it says, well, what religion do you follow? For me, I identify as a Buddhist, which is kind of, for most people watching this, it's a completely unknown religion. Now, it is true, and kind of comical in a way to some people, that I actually found Buddhism through The Simpsons. Very odd, I know. I don't often take my life morals from The Simpsons. Okay, I do when it comes to fake tan, but I mean, let's face it, who hasn't dyed themselves orange at one point with that? But I mean, the thing is with the Buddhism religion, why it fits in with my life so perfectly is because it comes out with the moral, kind of one of the main teachings of, you know what, if you mess up, try again. And it's not like, for me, the teaching isn't that, oh, you did wrong, you're going to go to hell, you're going to be punished for this, you went against the word of your God, and you're going to die. It's kind of come out of a bit of a peaceful message than that. But, you know, for me, it just fits in with my life, you know? It's not a hateful religion. It doesn't hate against people. It doesn't judge you, you know? I mean, if one of the main morals of the thing is, if you get it wrong, try again. But that isn't to say, unless you're black, or unless you're gay, or unless you're a woman, unless you are under 2 foot tall, whatever it is, you know, it's not against people. One of the other things that does go with the Buddhism religion is, of course, the whole thing on meditation. Now, let me just get this right. Meditation isn't to do with the Buddhism faith. Meditation is something to do with chakras or something, I don't know. But it's not actually from the religion. But to go into a meditative state, for me, I can actually tie that in with the religion. And obviously, a lot of people have the image of the man or the god or whatever it is that people look up to when they think of the Buddhism religion. But they often think of the person who sat there with the legs crossed and, you know, like, I don't know, candles burning from each other's hand and that sort of thing. Going into a state of meditation isn't like that at all. In fact, it's kind of completely the opposite. To go into a meditative state, I can't speak today, but to basically go into a state like that isn't about sitting in a certain position, holding your arms up and saying Om. For me personally, I tend to do it when I'm in the bath, having a relaxing bath with the candles lit around me and the bubbles. Oh, come on, we all do that in the bathtub. And the reason that I will go into a meditative state is to kind of escape from real life, even if it's only just for a couple of minutes. You know, you just you have all these people and they're on the phone and they're messaging you and they're sending you texts, and then you got Facebook notifications and you got interactions on Twitter, and everyone wants a little piece of you, and you often get them days and it's like, leave me alone. So I tend to do this thing. I just go in the bath, run a big hot bath with loads of bubbles, sit there. I can put a little bit of music on in the background, and honestly, I've done this to all kinds of music, but I just find, I put my head back, close my eyes, deep breaths, and within a couple of minutes, it literally is just like the world gets blocked off from me. Like, nobody can contact me, there's no one there to interrupt me, and it's weird. I mean, I think the longest I've done it has been like an hour, and I've just been sat there and it's been like, I'm really enjoying this peaceful moment, and it's really strange how it affects me, but other people, obviously it will affect in different ways. I guess one of the main messages to do with this video is, although I can't speak as a person who is inside every single religion, I can only speak as a person from the outside who has looked into religions. I mean, I've peered through the window, but I'm not stepping in. But there is no actual religion out there that hates you as a person who is watching this. If you're a person who is Muslim and you're gay or whatever it is, your religion doesn't hate you. If you are a Christian and you are a woman who wants to become a priest or an archbishop or whatever it is that your wonderful religion has, there is nothing stopping you from doing that, despite what these people say at the top of the religion. No religion actually hates you for what you are, for what you stand for you. I mean, let's face it, all religions have the morals that they want you to stand up to. I think kind of the most famous example of that would be the Ten Commandments. Now, where in the Ten Commandments does it say, tell a person that they're going to go to hell if they are seen to support gay rights, or if they're a woman who wants to preach this religion, that kind of stuff? For me personally, as a person who does look into other religions and who is always interested to find out people's different points of view on their religion and where it fits in with their life, it'd be really interesting for you guys to leave comments below, or even post a video response and just let us know how your religion affects you in your life. I mean, if you are in a religion that some people use the words of your God to hate against you, well, how does that make you feel? Do you feel weird about fitting into that religion? Does it push you away from that religion, or does it just make you think less of that person? But either way, whatever your thoughts are, let it. Why can't I speak? I shouldn't have had that vodka. Let us know what you think below, and yeah, it would just be interesting to know.